Yeah, good evening, guys. So this is Shreya. So let's just begin with the session. Right? So the webinar is regarding future trends in data science. So let's just take a look at the agenda. So first, I'll be giving you an introduction to data science, and then we'll discuss what are all the concepts that we are going to cover in the concept of, data science. And then let's have a discussion over the prerequisites for becoming a data science professional, and then we'll discuss about the future scope of data science, like where and all it is implemented, what are the applications, all these things. And then we'll have a question and answer session. Guys, I hope the agenda is clear. So shall we just proceed? And one more thing I would like to address here is, so whatever the queries you have, you can just put it over chat box. Since I'm simultaneously taking a look at the chat box, so I'll be just, clarifying your queries accordingly. Okay, guys, so let's just begin with the introduction to data science. So what exactly is data science, right? So let me just give you a brief introduction to data science. So basically, if you're talking about data, right? See, where and all we have data in whichever fields, that we are working. So we would be having a data. You might take an example for the pharmaceutical industries, or let's say, online shopping, markets, whatever you take, you will be having the data. And wherever you have, exactly, you can say that data is the new oil, right? Yeah, so data is omnipresent, I can say. So now where and all we have data, so there comes the concept of data science. So what exactly is data science? So it is just about data gathering, analysis, and decision making. So first, we will just group our data or gather our data at one place, and then we'll start analyzing the data. And once the analysis is done, so we would create some reports over that, and we would start making the decisions. Now, from this slide, it is pretty clear that, like different, what I can say, domains like computer science, machine learning, statistics, traditional research, traditional software, as well as your business expertise, everything is one way or the other connected with your data science. So now, like, no matter from which domain you're currently working or you have past experience with, so you will be able to somehow relate to data science aspects and its implementations. Okay, so moving ahead, so like I told, so a data scientist, okay, will be the one who will be analyzing the data. So he will also do some visualizations, because visualization is the key for better understanding and interpretation of the data, right? So you will be visualizing the data. You'll understand the data based upon the visualizations. So based on which you can come to some conclusions, and based upon the same conclusions, you will be building the model. Okay, so this is about data science. Now moving ahead, so let's again take a quick look into what exactly is data science. Like any person with analytical thinking, so he likes to find patterns in data, and are good with visualizations can become a data scientist. Like I told you, visualization is the key for better understanding and interpretation of the data. So anyone who would be having this analytical thinking, and also who will be able to figure out the patterns in the data that is happening, so they can become the data scientist. Moving ahead, so let's talk about the prerequisites for data science, right? So first of all, we require a very good hold over data visualization. So what exactly is data visualization? We have like so many tools. So if I'm talking about Python, right, and we have R, so we have different programming languages through which I can implement the data. So where and all I have the data, so I would require some tools so that I'll be able to visualize the data. Now what is visualizing? So creating bars, or bar graphs, or pie chart, or whatever type of graphs we have. So creating that over the analysis I've performed priorly to my data, so that would be your data visualization. So like, let's say, so I would just give you an example. So I can take up an example of let's say previous sales that has been happened in the case of a shopping application. Let's consider Myntra. Okay, so if I want to know like what is the sales that has been happened in the previous month, so when I'm talking about Myntra, so that would pull out, if I just pull out a report, so it would create a report of, let's say, like 15 to 20 pages. right? But if the same thing, and again there would be different divisions over categories, like we have clothing, we have accessories, and we have home needs. So on every category there would be different sales that has been taken place. So for this report, if I just go over, let's say, some Excel sheet or Google Sheets, whatever it is, so it would take pages, so many pages of reports, and again analyzing the report would be very tough. But the same thing, if I want to do over, let's say, visualization, so the same thing can be implemented over a single bar graph, wherein I can simply take let's say the sales, the number of the sales that has been taken place on y-axis, and the different categories in which the sale has taken place over x-axis. And accordingly, if I just go ahead, so the entire picture, that is the entire sales report, would be created over a single graph. So that's the importance of your data visualization. So these are the skills that we require for becoming a data scientist. The first one would be a data visualization. Moving ahead, we have machine learning. Now, what exactly is machine learning? So I'm talking about machine learning, right? So we are humans and we have our own thinking capacity, but the machine doesn't. So whatever the machine has to do, we have to feed it. So now the process of feeding the data or making my machine learn how to do different things would be referred as machine learning. So again, so there would be different programming languages like Python, R, all these available for implementing the same machine learning concepts. So a bit of machine learning knowledge would be very much important if I'm talking about data scientist. And then comes the concept of deep learning. And machine learning and deep learning are interconnected. So machine learning is the concept where I would be, feeding my machine with some data and making it understand like how exactly that it has to work. So it would be machine learning. But if I'm talking about deep learning, so I would be only giving inputs. So here it is, the concept of artificial intelligence comes into picture, wherein the machine will start, to develop its own thinking, like based upon the inputs that I've given, and accordingly it would give me the outputs. So that would be a deep learning. Okay, so a bit of deep learning knowledge, wherein the artificial intelligence and again like machine learning comes into picture, will be very much required. So if I'm talking about, becoming a data scientist. And then comes the concept of pattern recognition, so which is again interconnected to your data visualization. So the pattern recognition would also play an important role. So if you are, planning to become a data scientist. So pretty much these are the prerequisites that we require for, becoming a data scientist. So moving ahead, let's talk about the roles and responsibilities, or like, what exactly are the tasks that a data scientist do. Okay, so now what exactly does a data scientist do? So we would be performing data visualization, and then we would be performing statistical modeling and analysis, right? So visualization is again you are creating graphs, plots, all these things, for which you would be using various tools like either Power BI, or you can go with Tableau, which are all like based upon the visualization, and you would be creating graphs and plots accordingly. And then that data wrangling is something where you would be manipulating the data. First you will start with data gathering. You'll group the data at one place, so which would be in the form of a file. It might be a CSV file or an Excel sheet or something, and then you would manipulate the data according to your own requirements. And then what you will do, so once your data is ready, so if you're confident enough that whatever the problem statement that you're working on, so based upon that implementation, so your data is ready. Now if you have that confidence, and you will be going to the next aspect, that would be a data visualization. So in the data visualization, for the data that you have already acquired and pre-processed, so you would be preparing the graphs like I told you, and by this you would arrive at a conclusion, like how exactly does your data looks, and how exactly you would have to implement the same over the model. And machine learning is the concept where your model building and model making comes into picture. So you would be creating various models using varieties of libraries. So just to, for an example, we have something called as scikit-learn in case of your Python. So you would be using this library, which has various inbuilt functions in order to build various machine learning models. Again, in machine learning, so it would be divided into supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and accordingly, there are various set of functions that you're going to work on. So if I'm talking about machine learning, and based upon this model, so there is a concept of like, if you just take up a look, storytelling. So what exactly is the storytelling now that you have built your model? So again, you will be analyzing the model. That might be the statistical analysis or statistical modeling. So all once this analysis is done, so you would be creating a report accordingly, right? Based upon your analysis. Now that you would be explaining it to whoever the concerned person is. So there comes the concept of storytelling. And in order to work all these things up, so you would require one or the other programming language, since we are, talking in terms of what I can say, Python or R. So either of the languages, it might be Python or R. You can go with any one of the programming language. And there exactly comes the concept of your computer programming. So all these things put together would constitute a data scientist, right? And how much do they make? So see, everything that we discuss now would be in terms of money, right? So now a career in a data science will give you all these perks where, if you just take a look at the trends, so data scientist is the topmost job that is in demand. And there is a lot of job abundance because of the data is omnipresent, right? Like I told you in the beginning, data will be present everywhere. And now wherever we have data, so there comes the concept of data science and implementations of the data science, and hence there requires a data scientist. So there is a lots and lots of job abundance, and it would be a very highly paid career. Okay, I can just promise on that. Moving ahead. So again, so if you just take a look, there is a pretty much numbers given over here. So if I'm talking in terms of, let's say, India, so the entry levels, that is for a new data scientist who is like, from 0 to 2 years experience, that would be less than 2 years. So he would be like making around 3,65,000. So that would be $85,000. And also if I'm talking about mid-level, so with some level of experience wherein from 2 to 8 years, so it would be again around 6,98,000. So this is just not the figures, right? So these are the statistical analysis, like from which we have taken this, right? And again, if he is a very senior, like, very experienced, so in that case, so we would be like giving like more than 20 lakhs. Yeah. So it is calculated per annum. Yeah, DS is a new field. No, it's not. You cannot say that it is a completely new field. It was there in existence, but nowadays the trend, it's more trending, I can say, because as and all we are dealing with lots and lots of data, and everything is getting automated now. So there is a lots of requirement for a data scientist. No, the automation is the one which is changing the trends. It's not like the data science wasn't there at all. So it was there, but it was happening in a very small scale, I can say. But now, since everything is like moving on automations, and there is a lots of cloud implementation as well, due to which all the data will be transferred onto the clouds and all. So again, there comes the concept of data analysis, everything, wherein a data scientist will also comes into picture. Now, how can a non-technical person become a data scientist? Let's say you have no background of, data analysis or anything, and also from a very non-technical background wherein you don't even know programming and all. So now how can a person who's like completely from a non-technical background can become a data scientist? So we have to some pointers we have just gathered up. So first you have to take up a data science internship, because experience would be experience, right? And you have to grow your connections on the web and real life. And you would be knowing GitHub, wherein, okay, let me just take up some questions. So the remuneration figures are based on experience as a data scientist or your overall non-technical experience. See, it would be basically, first they would be judging on your data science experience itself, but if you are having any other experience that is related to data analysis, so even that would be taken into consideration. Is data scientist, data analyst, business analyst follow the same concept? Yes, there would be a slight difference, but the whole, as a whole, if I'm considering, so all these things comes into the concept of data science only. So I can say that pretty much they're similar with some slight differences. Okay, so let me just give you some pointers over here. So I was saying that you have to grow your connections on the web in real life. You have to involve in Git open source data science project, and also make your resume talk about your passions. So the resume plays a very vital role in a case of your, getting a job. So your resume should include everything, and it should talk on your behalf, if I just say, right? And also very much important, you would have to do a certification training with the real-time projects, which can add amazing value to your resume. The job outlook for data scientists, if I'm talking about, right? So the job outlook for data scientists goes like this. So first, it would be for business intelligence analyst, and then you can become a data engineer as well. So the third preference would be machine learning engineer, right? Data analyst we have on fourth place, and finally data scientist, right? So this would be the outlook, like, wherein you can fit into different roles according to the same picture, wherein you'll be considering the data science as the major program. Now again, so the job outlook, so if I'm talking about business intelligence analyst, guys, so they uses data to help figure out market and business trends to get a picture of the company's position. So this is where the concept of, I told you, the skills like Power BI and Tableau, all these things comes into picture, right? The average salary would be $90,000 for this case. So moving ahead, so we have data engineer. Yeah, so data engineer, if I'm talking about, so they design, build, and maintain the data architectures for large scale applications, considering the various types of data. So here comes the picture of Hadoop, Spark, all these things. So these are the skills that are required for data engineer. So the average salary would be $115,000. So wherein, someone was asking me earlier, like saying that, what is the difference between the data science and big data? So big data, the picture of big data comes into this, wherein you'll be dealing with different types of data. So for that, you would require the concepts or skills on Hadoop and Spark. And data science is where, the overall entire picture of the data would be given over there. So where Python, R, all these things comes into picture. And let's talk about machine learning engineers. So machine learning, as I told you, so this would require like scikit-learn, which is a library that is provided by Python, right? So they will be helping us create learning systems and algorithm which are implemented in various applications. And again, so this will be in turn connected to your cloud platforms as well. So wherein the AWS, Azure, all these things fit into the picture. So moving ahead, so we have data analyst. So data analyst is the one who will be using various tools to provide the solutions to the questions which require deep understanding of data. So here comes the picture of your Excel, R, Tableau, Python, all these things. So data analyst is something where, I'll be manipulating the data, visualizing the data. So using various programming languages like R and Python, and we can also work with Excel as well. And then we have finally the data scientist job, where we will be using statistics and we will be building algorithms to make predictions about complex data systems. And the final product would be the great visuals. So wherein all these things that we discussed so far, that would be your Python, R, statistical concepts, Power BI, Tableau, everything comes into picture, and it would be fitting perfectly here. Data science, in the sense it includes everything, and data analysis would be a part of it. See, data science includes what? First, you would be gathering the data, you would be analyzing the data, then visualizing it, you implement some machine learning algorithms into it, and then you perform some statistical modeling, and you would create some reports out of it. Everything put together would be data science. If I'm only talking talking about analysis, where you will be only analyzing the data and creating the reports accordingly. So that would be data analytics. So the job outlook, I think it is pretty clear. Now the future trends in data science, if I'm talking about, so I would be able to merge the DevOps, ML and engineering. So this would be together constituting ML ops. So wherein this is a combination of your machine learning, DevOps and engineering as well. So now machine learning again connected with data science, DevOps, it would be like completely from a different background, but still it would be merged together and it would emerge as a new technology that would be ML ops. And then we have IT operation analytics, that is AI ops again. So where it requires AI ops is again, so it requires an implementation of artificial intelligence where machine learning concepts again comes into picture. So one or the other way, everything is interconnected, right? So which would give you a great picture how data science is related with every other, what I can say, domain that we have now. And finally, if you just take a look, GitHub Copilot coding companion, even for this, we would require the data science and its implementation. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. So if you have any questions, so you can just put it in the chat box so that we can have a quick question and answer session. Yeah, what is the role of machine learning engineering? See, the data analysis, the data analysis, they would be creating various reports, types of reports, and based upon those reports, you would have to create the models, like, the models wherein those data will be fed in, and accordingly, the models would give you an output. Let's say if I want to create a supervised learning model based upon, some data, so they would be giving the, okay, how to find out which model is the best. See, again, there is a concept of accuracy and we have various measures to find out which model would be the best fit. So accordingly, we would be working. See, once if you build a various types of model, so there are different, what I can say, patterns in which you can pass your data and what kind of data is necessary or the best fit for what kind of model. So accordingly, we would choose the model. So everything would be related to the data. So based upon the data I have, so I would be choosing a model, and according to the accuracy I'm going to get, so I'll choose the best model. Is coding an important part of data science? Is it difficult for a non-IT person? Absolutely not. A little bit of coding is required. So which just like a prerequisites or the basics. So if you want to go with, let's say, Python for data science, just the basic concepts of Python, so very, very basic would be required. And again, the data science implementation would be different. So wherein you would require some coding, I can say, because everything will be based on coding only, but it is very important and it is very easy as well, I can say. Okay, thanks Shreya for all the information. Been a journalist for 6 years and a content freelancer for close of 5 years. Do you think learning data science and marrying that would storytelling would be a good idea? Of course it would be. Agni, yes, of course it would be. The reason for that would be, since you're already being a journalist, you will be coming across a lots of data. So now that you already have some, ways to deal with the different types of data and information that is available for you, I think you would be a best fit if you just give it a try. And it would really make a good combination. I'm a banker with experience in financial analysis and planning and 13 years of experience. Should I go for data science and data analysis? Yes, of course, because if you are a banker and you have already been in financial analysis, so you would be knowing how to handle various data and all, right? So you would also be well versed with the Excel sheets, everything. So if you just take up some time, and if you just work on some machine learning algorithm implementation, so you would be a great fit for data scientist. What is the importance of AI in current job market in India? Yeah, see again, so if I'm talking about artificial intelligence, so everything is getting automated today, right? So whatever we have, like even the cars, if I'm talking about, so they're implementing driverless cars, everything. So wherein again the concept of artificial intelligence comes into picture. So televisions, these Amazon Echo, everything includes your artificial intelligence. It's not about India or any other country. So everywhere nowadays or moving ahead, so we would have a great implementation of artificial intelligence, and machine learning would be a very basic like it's a basement for your learning your artificial intelligence. So if you are able to like learn machine learning and understand the concept, so you would be able to understand AI in a very better manner. Is it mandatory for machine learning engineer to know mathematics and statistics? Yes, see, again, it's not like completely required, I can say, but a bit knowledge would be more than enough. Again, like if I'm talking about statistics, the very basics of statistics would be more than enough for a data science aspect, because again, everything, since we're dealing with a coding and a programming language, so the model would do all the tasks for you. You would just have to learn how to implement the model, so that accordingly the model will do all the tasks for you, and there won't be much task to pursue for yourself. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, guys. So now I'll be handing over the session to our senior course advisor. So he'll be the right person for answering all the questions that you have. Yeah, he'll also give you the right advice and whatever the information that you require regarding the data science course. So I'll be handing over the session to him. Thank you so much, guys. Please stay back. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, very good evening to one and all present here. I'm Satash, I'm a senior mentor, and I hold more than a decade and a year of experience in educational consulting from Intellipaat. So I welcome each and everyone for spending your valuable time, and we really value it. And adding to it, especially the senior mentor, Shreya had taken up the sessions in a more highly insightful manner. First of all, my dedicated and sincere thanks to Shreya for making the session highly interactive. Guys, before stepping on to the session, I hope I'm audible to each and everyone over here. Am I right? Am I audible to everyone? You can just post your responses in the chat. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Shubhra. Thank you, Surya. Thank you, Agni. Thanks a lot for your sincere acknowledgement. Guys, so I hope Shreya, and thank you, Mahesh, for your acknowledgement. So I hope our senior mentor, Shreya, would have given you an outline just about these technology of data science and AI and its practical implementation today. But I also feel that as a senior mentor, I'm just going to take just 10 minutes of your valuable time in providing you the right solutions, what Intellipaat can able to offer to enlighten your career, or if someone is looking out for a transition into the technology of analytics, or someone is looking forward to upgrade the skill sets into the technology of analytics, or who is quite confused now whether what would be the right career path or what would be the right learning path that they have to choose, and how data science and analytics would be fitting into their goals precisely. So I'm more open to answer all your queries and clarifications as well. So without any hesitation, you can just post me your clarifications and queries, which I'm more glad to answer post this session at the end of the session. So before that, let's deep dive into the session. All right. First of all, I'd like to show you the right solution what Intellipaat can able to offer to each and everyone in terms of data science and AI technology. So first, once you go to the intellipaat.com site, you can just come down and you can see the heading Explore Our Programs in the middle of the page. Okay. There you can see the first thumbnail course, which is called as the Advanced Certification in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. So yeah, you heard it right. Yes, it's IIT Madras Advanced Certification in Data Science and AI, offered in collaboration with Center for Continuing Education of IIT Madras. Yes, this is a core professional certification with a curated program curriculum following experiential learning to meet the learners requirements as well as the industrial job market requirements too. And this program is one of the flagship program for us, and the program's placement percentage ranges more than 96.7%. And you can see the target audience for this program would be from IT in a minimalized percentage, as well as with non-IT from a diverse backgrounds and from diverse nationalities too, and as this program is globally recognized. So this would be the best choice for any learner or any person who wish to pursue their career into data science and AI, or who is looking out for a career transition from a non-IT background to IT through data science and AI, or who is looking forward to learn analytics and implement the analytics skill sets in their current organization. They can be a business owner as well, or they can be a decision maker like a VP or a AVP who wants to implement analytics in their own category to optimize their business performance, right? So for everyone, this program would be highly suitable for them. And especially we can also see lots of people from banking domain from a finance BFSI domain, banking and financial services domain, on a functional domain, okay, who takes up this course and who continue their career into the banking domain itself as a technical architect or a data scientist or a business analyst or a senior data analytics manager, okay, etc. So I hope there was also a person from our batch who has raised a question. I'm from a banking domain. Would the program would be suitable for me? Yes, sir. Sorry, I forgot your name. Yes, sir. For sure, this program would be the ideal fit for you, and I'm more eager to discuss with you on how this program will be the most best option for you as well, right? So let me just walk you through the program step by step so that you get a better clarity on it. Okay. So, and it's, you can see in the website, the top, no prior programming knowledge required. Yes, this program doesn't demand you to have any programming language knowledge, as everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch. Each and every topic is going to be taught to you from the scratch. Okay, this that's why this program is mentioned as no prior programming knowledge required for you. And this program is ranked as #1 data science program by India TV. Yes, this program is ranked as #1 data science program by India TV with reference to the placement statistics, and the placement percentage for this program ranges to more than 96.7%. Yes, and it's a live interactive session comprising 7 months of duration, and you'll be recognized by Center for Continuing Education of IIT Madras through a well-recognized certificate. And adding to it, this is completely experiential learning as well, where each and everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch. So first, once you enroll, first you'll be learning about the proprietary classes of Python, Linux, and SQL, and then you'll be learning to learn the other topics as well, step by step, into the in-depth, which we are going to discuss in the next couple of minutes on. So before that, let's deep dive into the curriculum, so each and every learner gets a better more clarity, and each and every participant gets a better more clarity on what they're going to learn. So once you enroll for this program, first you'll be learning on the preparatory sessions on Python and Linux, where you'll be getting the much more concrete clarity, idea, and understanding in terms of the skill sets and the tools pertaining to Python and Linux and its importance in the technology of data science and AI. And then you'll be learning to perform the wrangling operations using SQL. So what is wrangling? So wrangling is nothing but the advanced level of analysis which is being done to fetch the data from the databases, okay, using SQL, right? And you'll be learning about wrangling operations over here. And Git is ideally a file transfer system, okay, which is being highly used in majority of the enterprises into the technology of data science. And Python with data science. So here you'll be learning to analyze the data with Python, using Python. And advanced statistics, no, nothing to worry what it is. Advanced statistics, each and everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch, commencing from statistics basics, intermediate, and advanced level, which you nothing to be worried on it. And so ideally, to give you a gist, this program, first initially post the proprietary classes. Here you'll be learning to process the data first using Spark and PySpark, and then you'll be learning to analyze the data, okay, using Excel, SQL, and Python. And then you'll be learning to write machine learning algorithms over Python, and you'll be learning to build machine learning algorithms, machine learning models, which is the prediction algorithms. And you'll be learning to deploy those models on cloud using, where we use Azure cloud over here, using MLOps. And then you'll be learning to visualize the data using Power BI, which is the world's #1 BI tool today, to optimize the business insights and optimize the business performance. Yeah. And as I said before, this is completely a practical program. And one more thing, why I strongly recommend you this program is, okay, today 95% of the MNCs are outsourcing MNCs today. In one project, they go ahead with what is a SQL, okay, to analyze the data. In the next project, they might go with Python. So the client's requirement would be keep on changing each and every time. So it's always mandate that we are on top of it, okay, to meet the end user requirements. Okay, so it's always better you have a complete clarity in various tools and skill sets pertaining to data science technology, so that will make your career more and more stabilized and more strong enough, so that for the next 5 years or 10 years you can able to sustain into the technology of data science and AI at a more meaty roles. Yes. And now let me just take you through the program info, okay, offerings and services precisely. So as a part of this training program, you would be having 400 hours of applied learning, which involves 150 plus hours of live instructor-led interactive online classroom training with 218 hours of self-paced learning, comprising the course materials prepared by the top-notch academicians as well as the industry experts, along with PDF and PPTs, which is lifetime free accessible. And this 150 plus hours of live instructor-led interactive online classroom training would also be there, will be carried forward for 7 months, and the classes will be only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, evenings 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST. And the program duration is ideally going to be for 7 months. And whatever the sessions you are going to attend on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, the recordings of those live interactive sessions will also be automatically added in your LMS on Monday. So the live interactive sessions are also lifetime accessible along with the course materials as well. And next, when we talk about mentorship, mentorship is 70% practical and 30% theoretical mentorship as per the program pattern. And precisely, it's completely a experiential learning where each and every learner will be made to make their hands completely dirty enough by working on numerous hands-on exercises, assignments as well. And each and every learner is entitled to work on approximately 40 plus business case studies and industrial real-time projects, focusing on diverse industries like manufacturing, product, service, e-commerce, supply chain, healthcare, retail, media, and BFSI industry too. So you'll be made to work on 40 plus business case studies and 40 plus industrial real-time projects, molding you to be an expert into the technology of DS and AI. And finally, you'll also be working on an industrial capstone project as well. So this industrial capstone project will be from the tech industry directly, depending upon the industry you choose. For example, if you choose e-commerce industry, if any tech and IT or any IT service organization is having a project with any e-commerce related projects, so you might be getting a similar project as a replication of the real-time project with the real-time data sets. So depending upon the knowledge, understanding the client's problem statement, you'll be acting as a real-time data scientist, and you'll be setting up the project metrics, driving the project, executing it, performing the analysis, performing the prediction modeling on your own, depending upon the knowledge that you have gained in this 6 months of time on the industrial capstone. Nothing to worry, the project mentoring sessions would be there for you to guide you, and the project mentors, the faculties would be there to hold your hands to continue your journey till you complete the program successfully, which you need not worry on it. And this program also covers with the exclusive option, which is called as the dedicated learning manager assistance. Each and every learner will be assigned with a dedicated learning manager, where that learning manager would be available for you throughout your journey till you complete the program. So during the session hours, any doubts, it's completely a classroom setup where the trainers or the academicians are going to be there to train you. And apart from the session hours, any doubts, first you can refer the session recording. Second, you can refer the course materials. 99% doubts will be resolved. If not so, a learning manager is always there for you, available in telephone, email, and WhatsApp. He's just a WhatsApp message away, or he's just a telephonic call away for you. So where that learning manager will be there to resolve your doubts and queries as well for you. All right. Okay. And the next other most important key information is, if you could well notice, is a job assistance facilities. So this program is completely curative and it's experiential learning, which follows experiential learning methodology, where this program comes with inbuilt guaranteed minimum 3+ interview calls as well. So for each and every learner is entitled to get minimum 3+ interview calls, and the program or the operations team behind this program won't make you to wait till you complete the program. And once you complete 70% of the program, the resume LinkedIn profile preparation starts. And once you complete 80% of the program, the CV outsourcing with a one-on-one career mentoring as well starts for you. So, and we also share you interview questions. We conduct some 3 to 4 mock interview sessions as well for your clarity to perform well. And then we do the CV outsourcing to 500+ hiring partners globally. And then the 3 guaranteed interviews has been promised too, and which we are going to see the options in detail. So this is the certificate what each and every learner is entitled to get on taking up this program. So let me just zoom the certificate for you. I hope you can everyone can able to see the certificate. Am I right? Yeah, this is a certificate what each and every learner is entitled to get upon completion of this program. Yeah. Yeah. So the next is, you can see who can apply for the course. Okay. So yeah, so individuals with a bachelor's degree and a keen interest to learn AI and data science, IT professionals looking for a career transition as data scientist, professionals aiming to move ahead in their IT career, AI and business intelligence professionals, developers, project managers, freshers who aspire to build their career into the field of AI and data science. You can see the list of audience precisely. And you can also able to see what roles can a data science and AI professional can play. These are the some of the important roles what each and every learner is entitled to get upon completion of this program. Yeah. So some of the meaty roles is data analyst, senior data analyst, or if you have a managerial role currently, if you're looking out for a IT roles, preferably you'll be considered for a data analytics manager, okay, or business analytics manager, big data specialist, or consultant, a data science consultant, AI consultant, ML engineer, AI expert, ML expert, so the applied scientist, senior data scientist. These are some of the meaty roles which you will be considered for upon completion of the program. And these are the roles and designations what our learners have recorded upon completion of this certification precisely. Yeah. And just deep diving into the skills and tools to master, just giving you an overall, just these are some of the highly valued skill sets which is preferred by the enterprises today in the global market. There's Python, data science, analysis, AI, Git, MLOps, wrangling, SQL, storytelling, machine learning, prediction algorithms, building prediction models, NLP, natural language processing, PySpark, data visualization. And you can also able to see tools to master. You can also see some of the important tools that each and every learner will be mastering on taking up this program, right? And yeah, and you can also see the meet your mentors. You can see the professors, well esteemed professors from IIT Madras campus who are training the BTech, MTech, and PhD candidates of IIT Madras are going to handle you specifically, right? And also you can also see the top-notch data scientists from the top-notch companies. Okay, Mr. Madhu Babu, Mr. Vinayak, Professor Shankar from IIT Madras, Mr. Suresh, okay, and Mr. Muthuswamy, he's head of engineering of Amazon India. So there is extreme countries best talents who's behind this program, who have built and tailored this program, and the program's mentorship is going to be handled by the IIT Madras faculties directly, as well as with some of the top-notch data scientists across the world. And this is a global centric batch as well. You can see and meet people from diverse nationalities who are going to handle the things for you from the scratch. And and adding to it, you can also see some of the successful career transitions and what is the average salary hike that a learner can expect upon completion of this program. And you can also see some of the truthful testimonials with the corresponding hike, how their transition has been made successfully after completing this program. And you can also see a non-tech to a data scientist, Mr. Melvin Rodrigues. Okay, from a customer service agent designation, he has transformed his career to a data scientist, preferably, and for your notice. And also a civil engineering graduate to a machine learning engineer. What a complete extreme transition what Mr. Rajesh has done. And you can also see from a BCom graduate to be a data scientist, what Mr. Ankit has done. All right. And adding to it, you can also see Mr. Mahesh Chaudhary, who is from a non-tech domain to a technical domain, from aircraft maintenance engineer to a data scientist. Precisely. So preferably data science is completely not a technical domain. It's completely a business domain only. So analyzing the data of a business in a company, that can be sales, marketing, operations, finance, accounts, any data, analyzing those data and technically and deriving the business decisions is all about data science. Simple. So at the end of it, it's all about building the business. It's all about building the enterprise. It's all about optimizing the business performance to stay ahead of the competition in the market. That is where data science comes into the picture. But you cannot discard data, any data. So that's why data science is one of the most evergreen technology, which is highly valued and has its career prospects in IT as well as non-IT industry. So you can also see some of the big MNCs like Zomato or Swiggy, they use data science. Okay, so for example, if you're ordering any items through Zomato or Swiggy, okay, before in the cart, before placing the order or before paying your money, there'll be a recommendation options for you. People who have considered this have also considered these items as well. So there is all about recommendation engines, which data science works in the backend for you. Or similarly, if you're using Facebook, so if you're adding a person to your friends list, there'll be an option for you which will be showing people. There'll be option people you may know. You can see list of new peoples. So these are all some of the recommendations what way data science and recommendation engines works in the backend in the Facebook. So like this, it's used in IT as well as non-IT industry a lot. So there's no any specific roadmap that only if I learn data science I have to work only in the IT. Even the non-IT organizations hires a lot for data science roles, and no company can able to sustain or run, okay, or run in the global market without data science people. right? So it's always one of the most evergreen domain, and there is nothing you have to think it's been years why I should make a transition or anything. But data science is one of the pure evergreen domain, so there's no any age bar also. And even if your age is very high, after 40 plus or 45 plus, if you feel, you can learn this technology, you can learn this certification, and you can also work as a freelancing business consultant to the small level startup companies, where you'll be paid a lot on a freelancing basis. And you can also work as a corporate trainer. Okay, so the options are plenty, the bandwidth is very high for you, as long as you are skilled, as long as you are more justifying yourself to the technology with the reference to skill sets as per the industry demands. Obviously you'll be having evergreen career, better career prospects, you need not even have a second thought on it. And next here comes the peer learning. So peer learning is nothing but, even though we believe our faculties and industry experts can help you to reach your career goals, we also believe that fellow batchmates interaction would be enhancing your learning experience a lot. You can understand people from diverse business objectives, diverse nationalities. Okay, can form a new friends. Okay, you can form new friends. Okay, who would be there for you to help you out with these things. Okay, and next here comes the career services by Intellipaat. So here comes the career services. So you can see various options: profile building, interview preparation, okay, and job assistance. So profile building, first, as I said before, career mentoring sessions will be there from day one. And you can also see resume and LinkedIn profile building after 70% of the program completion. Then the interview preparation comes into the picture. There is mock interview session, one-on-one career mentoring session, and job assistance as well comes into the picture. And exclusive access to Intellipaat job portal will also be there for you upon completion of 80% of the course. And you can also see where our alumni work at. You can see some of the best MNCs where our alumni are working, like Nasdaq, Amazon, Microsoft, Genpact, Hexaware. Okay, so there are plenty of MNCs where we have a tie-up with 500 plus hiring partners, where your CV will be outsourced globally, right? So this is all about the program. So before that, let me just open the question and answer tab so that I can yeah, Mr. Manav, we have a question from Mr. Manav. Is coding an important part of data science? Not really, not really, because that's why we train you on Python. Python is a place where the coding would be involved, Python, SQL to an extent. So that's why we train you on Python and SQL from the scratch for the first 1 month, so that you get a concrete basic understanding in terms of programming, which is required to analyze the data on a step-by-step aspect. So even if you want to work on AI deep learning, Python is mandate today. So that is what. So that is why the program content has been tailored in such a manner that you get all the required desired knowledge before entering into the in-depth topics of data science and AI. Yes. All right. All right. Okay. So Indrani, I have a good question from Indrani. I have more than 15 years of job in IT sector, but different domain. Can I switch my role after getting trained in data science and AI? Yes, Indrani, for sure you can able to make a smoother transition. Okay, which you need not even have a second thought on it. For sure. So to get into a more detailed discussion with you, all right, I can also give you a complete career roadmap here on how you can concentrate on your career for the upcoming next 15 years or 20 years till you get retired. So for that, I just wanted to understand what was your profile background. What are the skill sets that you possess in this 15 years of your IT career? What is the roles and responsibilities, accountabilities that you hold in your current organization, which we can discuss over a telephonic call or a WhatsApp call post this session, which I'll be sharing my contact info to you in the next couple of minutes to everyone, where you can get in touch with me. We'll have a detailed understanding discussion, and I can counsel you on how you can plan your career roadmap, Indrani. Nothing to worry. For sure, you, as of now, if you ask me, data science would be the best option. Yes, but depends on what is the level of skill sets and what is the level of problem solving skill sets you hold in data science, and what will be the best solution in data science is where I come into the picture, which where I'm going to help you out with. Yeah. Sure. Any more questions? Next question. Yes. Any more questions, guys? Yeah, you're welcome, Indrani. So any more questions from anyone? Suresh. All right. Okay. Fine. So yes, I have a question from Mr. Suresh. Letting this course, learning this course will assist in getting analyst job or managerial position also. Suresh, again, that depends on your profile. See, see, job is not something like that where they will be hiring you just like that. See, even for a data analyst role, there are certain hierarchies involved. Once your CV is shortlisted, means first they'll be checking on your problem solving skill sets, which is your domain knowledge on data science. You see, Amazon is also using data science. Standard Chartered is also using data science. So you cannot say that same tools are used in Amazon will be used in Standard Chartered, because the data here, the banking data is different, e-commerce data is different, the quantifying and the complexity level varies, and the business objective why they want to analyze the data also varies. Depending on those factors only, they'll decide the corresponding tools and the skill sets that has to be used to analyze the data. Point number one. So, and you should possess those kind of domain knowledge, okay, in order to solve the real-time challenge in IT project. That is a problem solving skills, which is mandate what they would be checking, or where you'd be tested during the interviews. And third is the hands-on proficiency, how good you are good in hands-on. See, because today no enterprise has a time to hire a person, make them as a shadow resource, give them knowledge transfer, and make them to work as data analyst. They expect you to be industry fit or market fit. So it's always hands-on proficiency also matters a lot, right? Then they might be giving you a sample project or a hands-on exercise to solve it, and then you might be having again a technical discussion with a technical architect of data science technology. Then the package discussion happens. This is a hierarchy of the interviews which is happening today for data analysts. And when you're asking for a managerial role, means yes, there are possibilities. That completely depends on your interview performance also. Further, you should be justifying your profile, and in your previous organization, if you are a manager or managing a team of 10 or 15 people in a different domain, might be that people management experience and leadership experience will be counted 95%. And also they would be checking what is the domain knowledge that you have on data science and AI, and what you can get to their plates. That also really matters a lot to reach the manager kind of roles. Yeah, I hope I have clarified it. Am I right, Suresh? Yeah, we do the yes. Is this the assistance? Is assistance provided only for India? Yeah, it is a global centric batch. People from diverse nationalities takes up this program. Yeah. All right. Okay. And next, yes. Next question we have is, all right. For someone outside India, how do you assist in getting a job or internship? See, the process or the protocol and the skeleton remains the same, precious. So what we do is first a career mentoring session. We'll be helping you to tailor your CV as per the corresponding country requirements or job market requirements. We help you to mold and build your LinkedIn profile accordingly. Okay. And then we share you some of the frequently asked interview questions. Okay. And then we do the CV outsourcing globally. So apart from India, you can see with reference to global outsourcing, we have exclusive hiring partners at the end of the day. So preferably, let's take a country named US, United States of America. So there, see, the university doesn't matter. Which university you graduated doesn't matter. And they would be highly looking out for the skill sets, what you possess, and what you can get to their plates if they hire you, right? So that really matters a lot. So this program is completely more proficient enough in terms of skill sets, which is completely meant for you to crack the global market requirements, which you need not worry on it. At what time do you hold online classes? Through, yes, in IST timings, it's Saturdays and Sundays, weekends, evening 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST. So in US, it should be in the mornings 9:30 to afternoon 12:30 EST, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, yes, Suresh, I guess I have answered. The job assistance is provided globally. Yes. Yes. Any more questions from anyone? All right. So fine, guys. Yeah. Yes, Sabha. Do you have any online degree program for both IT and non-IT persons? Not the certificate. Yes, we do have other options in online degree program. Yeah. Where what is it? Yeah. So where we do have other options, online degree programs as well. Subha. Yes. Okay. Mr. Mahesh. All right. Okay, Mr. Mahesh. Okay, Mr. Indrani. Okay. I'm just checking out 4 questions. Where did I miss Mr. Mahesh? Yeah. Okay, Mahesh Patnaik. Okay. Yeah. All right, Mr. Mahesh, I'm extremely sorry I missed your question. I'm extremely sorry. Thanks for reminding it, Agni. So Mahesh, question is, ideally, how many hours does a student have to put in per day, per week? See, ideally 2 hours per day would be ideally good. And Saturday and Sunday, attending the live interactive sessions properly without any deviations would be more good for you to reach your career goals. Yes. All right. Adding to that question, speaking from a professional's perspective. Yeah. Yeah, please add your question, Agni. Yeah, yes, Agni. See, first thing is you can attend the live interactive sessions on the weekends. The recordings are available for you in your LMS, which is lifetime accessible. On top of it, you will be getting the course materials which is available handy for you, prepared by the academicians as well as the industry experts in the form of e-learning videos, PDFs, and PPTs. That is also lifetime accessible. And on top of it, there'll be a dedicated learning manager for you. So if you happen to miss out classes on Saturday or Sunday, first you can refer the session recordings and the course materials. 99% your doubts will be resolved. But then also, if your doubts are not getting resolved, you can inform your dedicated learning manager, where he can able to schedule a one-on-one doubt clarification sessions as well. All right. So to on the corresponding missed out topics, so that there'll not be any break in your mentorship. Yes. And on top of it, we have telephonic, email, WhatsApp, and live chat support available 24/7, which you can make use of it, Agni. Yes. No problem. You're welcome anytime. And next, I have a question. We have a question from, all right. The next question which we are going to see is from, yeah, from Sugin Raj. I have completed doctorate in commerce and interest in research. How data science will be helping in teaching profession. All right. So you have completed your PhD in commerce, correct? So before that, Sugin, I just wanted to know, why do you want to learn data science? Are you looking out for what is the objective behind learning data science? You're already doing your research, right? You're already a PhD. You have completed your doctorate in commerce, correct? So in what aspect do you feel data science would be helpful for you? Or what is your career goal? Based on that, I can able to help you. Okay. Teaching profession in abroad. See, first thing is you're already a PhD graduate in commerce. Learning data science for sure is going to be helpful for you. You can work as a preferably a trainer kind of role, corporate trainer. Okay, where into any of the fintech companies. Okay, preferably you can focus a lot, or you can also work as a what is it? What do you call the consultant, finance consultant, preferably, since you have worked on commerce. And these are the kind of roles which you can concentrate preferably. And if you're planning for abroad, in the sense, the best way is to go there and then show your skill sets, and you can work as a research assistant or research professor. Okay, and that depends on the university or the schools that you're going to work with. At the end of the day, they are going to be the deciding factor. But anyway, having a multiple skill sets like data science and AI with the curated program curriculum is always the best option for you. Yeah. And yeah, and next we have a question from Sabah Ali. I am from non-IT background. Have a big, should I go for a degree program or a certification? What do you suggest? I feel you're from a non-IT background. So I feel this professional certification would be more than enough for to make a successful transition. Since you already hold a BCom degree, I also showed you some of the successful testimonials of the professionals who from a non-IT industry, from a BCom graduate to a data scientist also. And there's a testimonial tab, right? So fine, Sabha. Obviously, this program is more suitable for you to tailoring your requirements to make a successful transition into the technology of analytics or data science, which you need not even have a second thought on it. Yes, this professional certification is more than enough. All right. Okay. I hope I have answered each and everyone's question. All right. So let me just take you through the program fee. So before that, I'd like to share my information. My name is Satish, and I'm just sharing my WhatsApp info also for you, where you can get in touch with me in terms of any doubts. All right. And this is my contact number as well. So this is my mobile number and WhatsApp number. Okay, where you can get in touch with me. If you want, I can just increase a font size for everyone so that everyone has a better visibility where you can make a note. Yeah, I hope everyone can able to see my screen, and I hope everyone can able to see my contact info. Okay, now let's talk about the program fee. So the program fee for this course. All right. Okay, let me just share. How about now? I hope everyone can able to see my screen now. Yes. Is my screen not visible? All right. Thank you, Agni. for the acknowledgement. So this is my contact info. You can make a note of it. You can reach out to me post this session. And the program fee for this program comes to 85,000 plus taxes, which comes to 1,351,000 all inclusive, and exclusively only for the webinar participants, only for the webinar participants, only for the webinar participants. I have 5 coupons, each coupon worth 10,000 rupees discount. It's a webinar discount. Yeah, it's a webinar discount only for exclusively only for the webinar participants of this webinar, right? So it's 5 coupons. I have 5 coupons left for 5 people from this webinar, where each coupon is worth INR 10,000, right? And adding to it, any person from this webinar has a participant who wants to enroll, who is enrolling before 12 today, they're entitled to get this discount. Yes. And so if anyone is interested from this webinar, they can directly reach out to me on my WhatsApp or my mobile number. Is this clear? Any doubts on it? And adding to it, Precious, you're just looking out in US dollars, right? All right. So no issues. Precious, you can just reach out to me over WhatsApp. I'll give you the pricing in USD as well for you. I hope you can able to see my contact info over there, right? So you can just drop me a WhatsApp message, right? And we'll connect over a WhatsApp call. Then we'll discuss on the program. I'll give you the fee in US dollars. Is this fine, Precious? All right, Agni, you can, if you want, you can just discuss. Let's get over a call. We'll discuss on the things. Yeah. All right. Okay. Fine, guys. It was pleasure meeting you all and pleasure interacting with each and everyone. It was the time was highly valuable, and we really respect each and everyone for being more patient enough for this session. And I hope I have given my best to clarify each and everyone's queries in terms of data science, AI, and ML. So if any more queries, you're more glad to reach out to me on my contact number, as I mentioned. I'm also posting my contact info over the chat, okay, so that you can get in touch with me immediately. Yeah, I hope you would have got my contact info over there in the chat, right? You can get in touch with me directly. Yes, it was pleasure interacting with you all, guys, right? So wish you all a more successful evening. All right. So wish you all the best. I hope I would love to see each and everyone as a successful data scientist. Okay. Wishing everyone that all your career goals should be accomplished in a very short span of time as well. Thanks a lot. See you all or catch you up in the next different session soon.